this point?
No, not really. Before I got here and watched film of him, and people had talked about Josh. All he does is go out and play. He really doesn't say much. He just goes out, does his job, and does everything you ask him to do. So no, that didn't change at all.
Seems to have a real toughness about him.
He does. I mean, he likes to play the game, and he's obviously a very good player in the slot. So no, I mean, he's a big part of what we do.
How good is he?
He's real good. I mean, he's a natural in the slot. He's got great body control. He's got good hands. Makes some unbelievable catches. And one thing about him is, for as good as he is, you can count on him every time to about do it the same. I mean, he's very, very steady in that regard. And that's one thing that I think our team has that makes us, forget even just the talent, I think our guys play at a pretty high level consistently. I think that lends itself to being consistent over time. That, we have a few things here and there, but I think when you can count on, and that's what you get with a mature team, they do things consistently right. Yeah, a few mistakes, but not as many.
What's his chances of continuing to play?
Oh, his chances are real good. He's going to get an opportunity to play at the next level. Obviously, he needs to get with a team that utilizes a slot, and more teams are going to that, so that bodes well for him. And then just get with the right place, the right opportunity, and because if he gets that opportunity, he'll shine. I mean, he'll make a nice career for himself, but sometimes the timing and the location doesn't always work out.
The thing that is always easy and obvious to do when you have a short guy like Coop is to compare him to Wilkers. That's probably unfair.
Well,
but as a college player,
what ends up happening is any slot that's undersized compares to him, because Wes went from having to be an outside guy where he was just a nice player to playing in the slot to maybe being a Hall of Famer. And so it's amazing when you fit a certain role, what you can become. And certain tight ends elevate themselves into that because of their pass catching skills, the way the game has changed from being like, I really can't block, I don't know where we put him, he's not really a wideout, he's really not a tight end. Well, now those guys end up being Hall of Famers, and that's like Wes. So, you take guys like that, Percy Harvin and Coop and guys like that, and they develop quite a niche for playing in the slot, running after the catch, those kind of things. So and that's why the game is so spread out, and that's why you've got teams scoring. Spread them out, and you get guys like that didn't used to play. Now they play, and they flourish with space.
Coach, how prolific has your running attack been? Can you kind of talk about that and how great they've been for you this season?
It all depends. I mean, obviously, some games it's better than others. Some games, what they're giving us, can you count on you're going to get a 74-yard run and a 30-yard run for touchdown? I don't know. Other than, all I know is we basically take what the defense gives us, and with a guy like Brandon and our receivers that we have, I think that you get opportunities that you wouldn't get without them. I think that goes hand in hand, though. When you're good at throwing it, you can run it. When you're good at running it, you can throw it. It pretty much goes hand in hand.
Talk about Jeremy Smith and how he split time with Joseph Randall and still made big plays for you guys on the stretch recently.
Well, he's a good football player, as is Joe. So it's not a matter of. Sometimes it's just a matter of opportunities, and it's a stat-driven. Sports is stat-driven, and we get caught up in that. Like I said the other day, Tracy Moore might have 5 catches, they might not have any. Coop might have 8 and then not any. I don't know that. I don't dictate that. And so you don't know when that's going to hit. That could have been Joseph in there. He hits it and scores. It's just you don't. I think Jeremy's done a nice job. The more important thing he's done is just keep working, and he's worked hard. He's kept his mouth shut. And his opportunities have come in. Part of that is too when he comes in, he's fresh. He comes in, he hasn't played a whole hell of a lot, so he comes in, he's fresh, he's ready to go, he hits it, looks explosive, and that's good, And Joe has done that at times, And it's nice having 2 guys that you can play and, mix in and,
What do you see from Missouri defensively?
Everybody's just a little bit different in who you play. I think they play hard, they're well coached. I know that's coach talk, hey, they're well coached. No one's ever going to say that they stink and they're not well coached. That's silly. But I really do think they do a nice job. mixing looks, because we have some pretty good film of them playing OU and Arizona State, and they do some spread stuff in Iowa State, and they do a nice job of trying to disrupt your quarterback with different looks. They run a number of coverages. They're not going to just sit back and let you dictate to them. So I think they've done a real nice job.